Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be creating measures that we can include in our model. What is a measure? A measure is basically a calculation created by using a DAX formula. Measures are powerful, flexible calculations that you will want to include in all your tabular models to perform dynamic calculations on numeric data. Measures are similar to calculated columns. However, unlike calculated columns, measures are evaluated based on a user-selected filter. Measures are created using the measure grid. By default, each table has an empty measure grid. If you look on the bottom here, this is what is known as the measure grid. If you cannot see the measure grid, you can enable it by going to the extensions tab, and then you click on table, and there should be a show measure grid. So make sure you have that checked. If I uncheck that, you can see that the grid has disappeared. If I go back in, go to table, show grid, the grid now appears. In this project, we are going to create measures by both entering a DAX formula in the formula bar and by using the auto sum feature. Let's create our first measure. This is going to be the day's current quarter to date measure in the dim date table. So make sure you have the dim date table selected in the model designer. Inside the measure grid, click on the second top left empty cell. This is the second top empty cell. I have already prepared the formula, so I'm just going to select it and copy and then paste it in the formula bar and then press enter. And then if I expand the column, you can see that we've now added a new measure here. I'm going to create another measure and I'm going to call it days in current quarter. And this is going to be created in the same table, which is the dim date table. So I'm going to select an empty cell below the first measure we just created. So this is the empty cell. This is the formula I've prepared. So I'm just going to select it, copy it, and then paste it in the formula bar. Once you've added the formula in the formula bar, click into the formula bar and press enter. And that has created the measure, which is called days in current quarter. When you are creating a comparison ratio between one incomplete period and the previous period, the formula must calculate the proportion of the period that has elapsed and then compare it to the same proportion in the previous period. Next, I'm going to create another measure, which is going to be called the Internet Distinct Count Sales Order. And we're going to create this in the Fact Internet Sales table. So in the design view, click on the Fact Internet Sales table. And we're going to look for the column that says Sales Order Number. So let's scroll through until we find the sales order number. Make sure you select the sales order number column. Click on the extensions menu, click on column, click on auto sum, and then click on distinct count. And that will create a new measure under the column. So you can see the new measure has been created here. You can always expand the column to see the full width. So I'm just going to expand it a little bit so you can see the full name of the measure that was just created. I'm going to change the name of the new measure. So inside the measure grid, make sure that the measure is selected, and that will activate the property page for the measures. Inside the property window, I'm going to click on the name of the measure, and I'm going to highlight the current name and rename it. So I've renamed the measure name to Internet Distinct Count Sales Order. I'm going to end this video here, and in the part 2 we will create more additional measures in the fact internet sales table. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.